Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
This is just a straight up disclaimer. This episode is going to be brought to you by hate.
Hate.
Honestly,
Lots of hate.
There's so much hate in my soul right now.
Disappointment.
Oh, fucking disappointment. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what right now. If you don't like spoilers and you don't want to hear about the Borderlands movie, I would skip forward probably 3 episodes.
Because we're going to
Holy
be talking
shit.
shit for a while.
Oh my god. It is time.
It's bad, bro.
Oh my god. All right. First of all, made me so happy that it came out with a 0% from Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And made an $8 million out of a $150 million opening weekend.
Yep.
I just don't understand how this level of dog shit got this far to where it actually got released.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, I was talking to Mark. Everybody knows him who listens to this show. And he made a really good point. When Sonic the Hedgehog was looking like it was going to be absolute garbage, the fans revolted.
Yeah.
And they changed.
Yeah.
And those movies came out pretty good. Honestly, I liked the Sonic movies. I thought Jim Carrey was a little strange, but he's Jim Carrey, so he's always going to be a little strange. I thought the Knuckles spinoff was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
Idris Elba all day.
Yeah, hell
all
yeah.
day as
Hell
Knuckles.
yeah.
Like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
he's the man, bro.
Yeah, he really is. But somehow this Borderlands movie made it all the way to theaters. I remember the first time I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was fan-made. I thought it had to be fake. I was like, there's no way this was what they wanted to do with this.
Yeah.
Like, because the first trailer, I think like a year or two ago, didn't even have Kevin Hart in it. It had Lilith in it, but it looked fake. It looked shitty. It looked like I made it, like, by myself. Like, I couldn't even believe it. And then the trailers start coming out, and it's like Kevin Hart, Jack Black. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be a real thing.
Yeah.
Holy
Why did
fuck!
they use an old ass lady for Lilith? I don't understand.
Let's break down every character.
Yeah.
We'll start with Lilith.
Yeah.
First of all, old
Yeah.
Lilith.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't. She's not Lilith. She doesn't, like. All right, if you're gonna make Lilith old, then she should probably know who she is. There was no backstory that said she got hit in the head with a big ass rock.
Right.
You know, she doesn't know that she's a siren.
What the fuck?
She doesn't know that
She's like a phoenix siren.
Yeah, she doesn't know that she's the leader of the Firehawks.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what the Firehawks even really seem to be. You know, she has some weird, unexplained tie to Pandora.
I haven't even seen this movie. I'm already getting upset.
Oh my god, dude! I did a $5 Tuesday on it.
Yeah.
Movie theaters $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I went with my godbrother just to hate watch this movie.
I was gonna say like $5 to. I don't even know that movie's worth $5 at this point.
No, and so Lilith, as a character, doesn't make any sense. She's old. Her character in general just seems to like doesn't want to be there, which is not really Lilith's attitude.
Yeah,
Lilith was kind of a go-getter.
She wants to kick ass.
Yeah. And, like she's a murderer. She's proud to be one.
Yeah.
This Lilith is
She
just like
fucks those bandits.
She's almost like she's trying to play Logan, like just the I'm
like
over.
loathing in a way.
Yeah, like I'm done. I'm old. I don't want to do this shit anymore. But she
like
doesn't
that.
know she's a siren at all or any of that shit. She doesn't have like the blue on her because it's not like she would only get the blue when she would activate her power. She was always blue. There was always blue all over her. And this one, not at all. Like I don't know if Kate Blanchett just didn't want the makeup or whatever, but. So all right, so already starting.
Like, you're right, like blue tattoos and stuff.
Yeah, she always had that. Like it wasn't a thing otherwise. All the sirens did. Two, let's say Tannis. Tannis was old. Also, didn't really make any sense.
Yeah,
Tannis is supposed to be like this excitable young researcher, and like I forgot her name. Who played her? She didn't necessarily do like the worst job. But it's just a weird fit. Like, why are you making Lilith and Tannis old?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to your other characters, where now you bring in Roland. Roland is Kevin Hart.
I love Kevin Hart.
Sure.
I hate that he was casted for Roland.
It doesn't.
It makes zero sense,
It
dude.
literally not even a fucking moment. Roland's like 6'2".
He's not supposed to be a funny man.
No.
He's not a funny man
No.
at all.
He's actually very serious.
He's a super soldier, basically.
Yeah.
That scene is the worst shit possible.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
Kevin Hart's like playing like a dad to the other characters.
No, bro.
Like he's not like trying to be like it's almost like Kevin Hart when he was playing the old guy in Jumanji.
Yeah.
Like it's like he's almost not trying to be funny, but he is, and like he's kind of like watching after Tina and Lilith and Krieg and all that as if he's like the dad.
He's supposed to be a commanding officer.
Yeah.
Like I get where maybe they kind of maybe he's gonna look after the group. It's like yes, but it should be in a commanding officer way.
Yes.
Because that's who Roland is.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
he's also like tall.
Yeah.
And ripped.
Fucking
Ripped.
yoked. Yeah.
Deep voice. Deep voice. He's a big motherfucker.
He's kind of that classic big black man, like, what's up, brother?
Yeah, like
you
they
know?
should have used like
he's supposed to be huge.
They should have used like Digimon Houston, the guy from Blood Diamond.
Shit,
and
Idris
fucking,
Elba. We just brought up would be a better fucking casting.
Way better.
you know?
Way
God
better.
Damn,
but
bro.
the guy from Blood Diamond, you know who I'm talking about? The bald. He was also Never Back Down.
Probably if I seen a photo.
Yeah, let's Google
What's
it
his
real
name?
quick. It's I don't know how to fucking say it, but his first name is, and you'll catch it all the way from there, is Djimon. Yeah, there you go. Hyun Soo or whatever. That should have been Roland.
Yeah, dude.
That's Roland right there.
Yes, I do remember this guy.
There's
for sure.
There's
bro.
your fuck. Can you scroll down just a little bit?
Yeah.
For the people, Blood Diamond, Quiet Place, Gladiator, Rebel Moon.
Yeah. Ooh, Gladiator too. Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's your fucking. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
He was also in Captain Marvel.
Gran Turismo.
Never Back Down.
Yeah, dude.
That's your perfect Roland already.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's huge. He's ripped. He's got the deep voice. He's very serious.
Yep.
And wisdomous, like in every role he plays.
Yep.
But he also has like a very kind of warming smile that kind of brings him to the human element, right? So Kevin Hart made no fucking sense, and he's not playing Roland
I don't
whatsoever.
understand why they. I wonder if maybe Kevin Hart was a fan of the series and just kind of wanted.
If he was a fan,
You know,
he shouldn't have
like-
let that happen. That was the other thing. So
to be fair, yeah.
moving on, Tiny Tina, they made Latin.
Okay, sure.
But the other thing is like she doesn't speak and jive. Because Tiny Tina is damn near racist.
Yeah.
Right? Like she speaks as she's a big black lady. Like in a tiny white girl's body.
Yeah.
Not at all.
She's very apprehensive to pretty much anyone around her,
Yeah.
unless they win her loyalty.
Yeah.
Then it's like I'll whip your guts out if you
Yeah.
look at my boy wrong.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
kinda thing.
She's also not a main character.
Aw.
She's a big character.
Yeah.
But she's not a vault hunter.
Aw, Tiny Tina's great though.
Tiny Tina,
I love Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina, you run into. You
like
don't-
an Easter egg kind of
Well,
thing.
like
in a way.
like she has solid chunks in the game of story, but she's not Mordecai or Brick or Roland, or Lilith or any of them. She's part of the story, but she's not your main, right? Like it's just it doesn't fit because she doesn't have like the powers, right? There's no skill tree for Tiny Tina, whereas Roland's got his turret, Lilith is a siren. Mordecai's got his bird, Brick is super fists.
Yeah.
Salvatore dual wield, Zero is invincible, so on. Vault hunters.
You're right.
The whole idea is it's vault hunters. This is not vault hunters whatsoever. They're not even really interested in the vault at all. Like
So what are they doing?
they're working for Atlas. And we'll get into that too. So
What the fuck? Okay.
yeah. So we'll to finish the character
Atlas is
breakdown.
supposed to be evil. I'm sorry.
I know. To finish the character breakdown, it's Krieg. Now, here's my problem with Krieg. Krieg, arguably to me, is one of the coolest characters in Borderlands.
Yeah.
It would take a whole movie to understand why Krieg is who he is.
Yeah. Why Krieg is Krieg?
Yeah, like they don't explain. There's no backstory for Krieg. They don't. There's nobody who watched that movie understands that Krieg is two people.
Yeah.
There's no way by watching
there's
that movie
the
that you would have
psycho,
known.
and then there's Krieg. who's underneath
who's
it
like
all.
like a scientist dude.
Yeah.
Very well spoken and polite and calm, and then
Yeah, he's that stereotype of like psychotic, can't use words, but like sophisticated in his head kind of thing.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
like he's at least like a vault hunter, I guess, but like no backstory for him. He doesn't talk like a psycho like Krieg would. He's not arguing with himself like Krieg would. He says meat fiesta like twice, I guess. Like
Is it Meat Fiesta or Meat Carnival?
It's Mi Fiesta. At least in the movie, it is.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. In the games, I think it was something else.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But like in the game, like Krieg is like he's a psycho on the outside who's constantly battling it out in his own head out loud. You know, get out of my head.
Yeah.
And then I need to kill and rape everything. Like, he's a fucking monster. Instead, he's just like,
I'm gonna wear your skin.
Yeah, in this, he's just like Tiny Tina's like big brother.
What?
Essentially, like that's his character is just like watching after Tiny Tina. That's his whole thing.
That makes no sense. Also,
he just follows her. Yeah, right. Tiny Tina would have just killed him.
Yeah, for sure. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Like
Tiny Tina loves explosives. That was her introduction to in 2, I believe.
Yeah,
was you had to go get explosive, whatever the fuck, or
you had to go
something.
build the badonkadonks and all that kind of shit. The ponies.
Yeah, that's right. The badonkadonk. Ah, you know she. I love Tiny Tina.
Oh yeah,
that makes me so sad that they didn't really do any of those characters justice.
Oh my god. So yeah, character breakdown, all those like just Lilith, old, doesn't know that she's a siren or Firehawk, doesn't make sense. Tannis, old, doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
Krieg, no backstory, isn't really playing Krieg, he's just playing a bandit. Tiny Tina, again, I think it would have been cool if they ran into Tiny Tina. I don't think she needs to be like the main 4.
Sure.
Kevin Hart, bad Roland.
I don't know why they cast him, dude.
Probably the most standout ridiculous of the cast would be Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, he tried, but Jack Black. He tried.
Claptrap?
He tried.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably the only redeeming character, and even that, like, it doesn't make any sense because, so Claptrap, his whole thing is he was designed and built by Lilith's mom. They made her a mom in this movie.
Okay.
That like Lilith.
What the fuck? Okay.
Apparently Lilith was born on Pandora, and then there was like a big event, and then she gave Lilith to a young Tannis, like a baby Lilith to young Tannis, which doesn't make sense. They're both old. They're like the same age.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Tannis was like 30 when she got to Lilith. But now in future time in the same movie, they're like both like in their 50s. It seems like. So Claptrap is designed literally to help Lilith if Lilith ever returns to Pandora, and instead of being like Claptrap is like really realistically, he's like a really selfish, you know, like he's
a fuck up.
He's a fuck up, and then he treats others like they're beneath him.
Well, he acts as if he's not a fuck up, as if he's a very successful person.
Yeah, he's like, you're my minions now. I'm the lord of this domain.
Right.
Come on, minions, save me.
And that's supposed to be justified by his quote unquote programming in the game. You know, dude, he's supposed to be a trash bot. You know, and that's why his personality is very gung ho. You know, so dude.
No, Jack Black tried, but honestly, it's not Claptrap. There's a scene where he gets like lit up with like 1,000 bullets, and like he for some reason has this ability that Claptrap doesn't have to like squeeze himself and just get new armor.
What?
Yeah, like he's like black, right? He's like blackened with like bullet holes and smoke.
Yeah.
And he just goes, and then all of a sudden it like pops. Pops off of him.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, like he's got regeneration of some sort, like or multiple layers of Claptrap under him, and then he shits out the bullets. Ha ha ha. Like that was weak and sad.
Yeah.
The story
is low fruit for sure.
Yeah. The story is that Roland is hired by Atlas to retrieve his daughter, which is Tiny Tina. And then Atlas also recruits Lilith to retrieve his daughter, which is Tiny Tina, which obviously isn't. And they're playing the whole time that Tiny Tina is a siren.
No.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So Tiny Tina's a siren, and she's the key to opening the vault. So Atlas is basically
I hate this so much.
I know.
Dude.
I know.
I
dude.
hate this so much.
So Atlas is essentially tricking Roland and Lilith, who I guess don't know each other for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though if Lilith was old, they would have met each other like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
To go back to Pandora to like save her. Mm-hmm. And realistically, he's like tricking them because they need her to open the vault. And why Atlas thinks Tiny... They don't explain why Atlas thinks Tiny Tina is a siren.
Is the key or at all.
Because she's not.
Yeah.
She's not. Even in the movie, she's not. Like, you know, like at the end when they finally get to the vault, that's when they finally reveal that Lilith is actually a siren. Right? But Tiny Tina, just thinks she's a siren the whole time.
Yeah, and it can't be an origin movie because Lilith's old as fuck, you know? So
yeah.
Like, it can't be an origin movie.
Lilith didn't have a mom.
Yeah, and Lilith, I'm pretty sure she knew she was a siren from, like...
birth.
Out the gate. Because the whole bit is sirens are highly intelligent from the get-go, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
so
what the fuck, dude?
Roland saves Tiny Tina from, like, a prison on Pandora.
Yeah.
And then, like... during that, the prison riot comes out, and then one of the doors opens, and it's fucking Krieg. So I guess Krieg just decides to be one of them. Like, that didn't even really make any sense.
Was it at least a cool fucking intro for the character?
No, dude. From starting out,
I want to cry, dude.
Dude, this is how bad they fucked this movie up. There's one thing that they should have done when you start a Borderlands movie. The only way to open a Borderlands movie
know where you're going with this.
is with Marcus.
Yeah.
So you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
And then the fucking book opens up.
And a skag getting hit, by a moving vehicle of some kind.
There was one skag that gets killed by one wreck. Like, it just gets kind of tossed off a mountain. You never see another skag. There's almost no psychos or bandits.
Yeah.
Like, they at one point they go to Caustic Caverns, and there's like a couple down there. But they really don't deal with many bandits and psychos, like, at all, for some reason.
Well, then what the fuck's out there, then, in Pandora?
Yeah, there's no cars. Like, in the beginning, they use a car, like, in a minute, for, like, a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you see all the trailers where they're, like, there's, like, this giant monster, and they're driving their car through it. Mm-hmm. That was just a monster that was in Caustic Caverns. It's not the vault. It's not the vault monster.
Yeah.
And, like, they just... drive through it, like,
what
and then
the fuck?
Other than that, they're on foot everywhere they go. Like, it was.
I wonder if they, like, had a good idea originally, and then they just didn't get the budget they were supposed to, and then they wasted it on hoping that celebrities could carry the story somehow or something.
It gets even weirder. Directed by Eli Roth, who's a good director.
Yeah.
Never has made anything that wasn't rated R before.
Right.
So this is his first not rated R movie.
Also, why is Borderlands not a rated R? What the
would have been perfect
fuck,
for a rated
dude?
R movie. It's gory.
Yeah.
The dialogue is disgusting.
Yeah.
The bandits are talking about, like, abortions and, like, aborting themselves and shit like that.
And, like, killing the fuck out of each other.
I remember when I came out of mommy's sweet tummy. Like,
Jesus.
The whole, it's sick.
Yeah.
Like, Pandora's horrible.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fucked up people.
Like, honestly, Mad Max, the first one, was a better Borderlands movie by a long shot.
Yeah.
So even more shit. This is supposed to be a game of guns. Mm-hmm. There's no
loops and all that shit.
There's no, like, seemingly any weapons company except for Atlas. Like, there's no, like, Torg weapons or Jacobs or Dahl.
Did they even give them cool
No,
stuff?
They just use pistols the whole time.
That's so stupid.
It's like a spy movie. Like, so Lilith has, like, an infinity pistol, which is cool. Like, it's got, like, 3...
Who published this fucking movie?
I know, right?
Who published this fucking
Gearbox.
movie? Was it Gearbox?
Gearbox has their name on it. But, so, yeah, Lilith has, like, an infinity pistol, and it's got, like, 3 barrels, and the barrels just kind of rotate as she shoots. And that's it. Like, Roland just uses a handgun the whole time. I think at one point, maybe Lilith at one point had a sniper rifle that she used for, like, 10 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
There's one, yeah.
Lilith, what? Okay, hold on.
Lilith is not a
I had
sniper.
a thought. Two things. If you wanted to have a sniper scene and you wanted a Latina character or a Latino character for fucking diversity, why didn't you put Mordecai in the fucking movie?
Bro.
If you really were, if the excuse was we made Tiny Tina a Latina because we wanted diversity, it's like you already had a Latino in the fucking series, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Oh, and Salvatore too.
Bro. Like, dude.
So who made it? A-Rad Productions, Picture Start, Gearbox, and 2K.
Yes, it was produced by that, right? But it looks like Lionsgate was the one that possibly released and did the publishing.
Yeah,
so,
that was another thing. Was like, how did Lionsgate do that?
So this is why
this is Lionsgate, bro.
I can almost imagine they're suffering from the same bullshit that Disney and everyone else is, where there is a group of people who are considered activists that are trying to take source materials and bend them the way they think it should be. Dude, I bet you that's what fucking happened, bro.
It's still only up to 21 million.
It's not gonna go any further.
No, dude.
It's not gonna hit 50.
It's not,
dude. Like,
no, it's they tanked it so hard, dude. And like, so they're on foot. They only use pistols. There's no vault monster whatsoever. They go in the vault for like 10 seconds, and it's just like a weird, like space world, and then just immediately leave. You don't get to just leave the vault.
No.
When you go in the vault.
No.
You don't.
There's a whole fucking thing that happens.
There's always like a demigod giant monster thing.
Alien thing.
Yeah, that protects it.
Yeah. And you find out that treasure is not in the vault. It usually is like hiding something bigger. You know?
There's no looting.
Right.
Like, they never loot for anything. Like,
they don't have like fun treasure fucking
no. Like
discoveries
you would
and
think at one point there'd be like a scene where they go through it, and then all of a sudden like maybe Kevin Hart finds a box, and then opens it, and there's a dope gun in it.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
I know that would be a perfect example of showing off, like, look at this new gun, and it's like crazy fucking, like, you know how like those grenade launcher things that they would bounce around and they would multiply with each bounce and shit, you know, and like there's really easy non-laser over-the-top guns they could have recreated. For fucking sure.
Yeah, like what was it? I think it's like a Torg.
Yeah.
Where you could throw the gun and it explodes when you reload, and then it just
that's easy to do.
Materializes back in your hand.
I don't know what why. Yeah, dude, there's like no excuse to not at least try and weave in something like that.
No guns and cars in a Borderlands movie. It's
dumb. It's not a Borderlands movie.
It's like why?
Yeah.
And then like the other thing is, with how many times they get in trouble, Lilith should be using her fucking siren powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's the fucking Firehawk.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be
worship her.
She should be throwing the enemies across the planet.
Yeah, she has that move in Borderlands 2 where she like fucking slams her fist down when you're helping her fight all the other bandits and shit, right?
Yeah.
Where she slams her fist or whatever down to the ground and from a couple feet in the air, and it creates that like fire wave, you know, around her, right? Like, dude, she's supposed to be like crazy powerful.
Yeah, and then Roland, he doesn't have like a drop turret or anything spec ops at all.
Did they do any specials of any kind
amongst
any of the characters?
No, none of them. I mean, Krieg doesn't do like any kind of freak out thing where all of a sudden he's like super Krieg. Like there's a moment at the end where she gives them like 30 seconds of like what seems like invincibility.
Yeah,
and then it just wears off. So it's just like they just get to stand and eat bullets for like a second. And that's it. Like it wears off too fast. I'm not watching
this garbage movie, dude.
It wore off way too fast, and and it's just scene after scene of dog shit.
Yeah.
Like when she comes back to Pandora, they do the and this was like what I thought was going to be the redeeming scene for the movie. She goes back to Pandora, and the first thing that happens, the bus shows up. Marcus driving the bus.
At the end?
In the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning, sorry.
Well, 20 minutes in.
Okay.
When she finally is convinced to go to Pandora.
Yeah.
Which was also really silly, too, because apparently she's a bounty hunter. That's Lilith's thing. And she's like
That's not on Pandora.
That's not on Pandora. And like
okay.
Atlas just comes and goes, I need you to go to Pandora. And she's like, I don't want to go. And he goes, well, I have money. And she goes, well, then I'll go. Like, that's like the whole convincing of Lilith is just money.
So must have been so difficult.
Yeah, and she plays it off like it's like the worst place in the world. But then he's like, I got money. She's like, yeah, I'll go to Pandora.
Yeah, that must have been not that bad then. Because she's right. It is one of the worst places in the world, in the universe, or rather the solar system.
Yeah, so she drops in Pandora, and what could have been an amazing scene, the bus shows up. The bus where you choose your character, where the game all starts. And it's a bus to Firestone. And she gets on the bus with Marcus. She's alone. She's like, oh, Vault Hunter. And she's like, I'm not a Vault Hunter. And like he makes her like watch like essentially a taxi cab movie of like what would be the intro to a Borderlands game, and she's like ignoring it and hates it and talking about how she's not a Vault Hunter. And he's like, you're a Vault Hunter. And she's just like, just no. In that scene, first of all, there could have, even if you weren't going to use them, put one of the Vault Hunters on the bus.
Yeah.
Just one.
Dude, it
have Zero in the back. You don't even have to give him lines. He could just emote with his face mask.
Yeah.
You know, just have somebody on the bus.
Yeah, you don't even need the characters you're going to use in the movie.
Not at all.
You could have just had 4. I imagine a perfect shot of her, like, you know, the camera's in the middle of the bus, looking forward from behind Marcus, looking at Lilith getting onto the bus, right?
Yep.
And then it just flips over to show what she sees, right, when she looks down the side of the bus. And it's 4 characters from the movie or from the games, right?
Yeah.
Zero, maybe Salvador, like you said.
Or Brick.
You know, or Brick or Mordecai. Or like you have so many choices that aren't going to impact, because I'm sure they had we can't use the actual characters because that influences how we introduce them in the story, blah, 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 blah. Like, again, there's not really an excuse to, not try.
Just put one Vault Hunter on the bus.
Bro. Yeah.
One Vault Hunter. Even just one.
Yeah, dude.
It could have just been, like I said, Zero just quietly sitting in the back.
Yeah.
It would have been infinitely a better scene just to have a Vault Hunter there.
Yeah.
And then
you could have Zero emo on his screen, or on his face, like you said, like a middle finger or a fucking frowny face, and he looks away from Lilith. Something simple.
It wouldn't have been that hard.
5 seconds.
It wouldn't have been
seconds.
that fucking hard. To make a Zero suit, not that crazy.
Lionsgate, call us up, bro. We'll make a better movie than your fucking entire.
God, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So he takes her to Firestone, and Firestone it's just sad versus what Firestone was in the game. So Firestone is supposed to be like the ruins of a city, but people still live there.
Yeah.
This was just an abandoned, looked like it just got bombed out District 9 city.
Okay. It's not too bad, I guess.
It's I think that's where she meets Claptrap, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like there's no the doctor's not there. Nor is he ever present in the game. Whatever his name was, Dr. Zed. Zed doesn't exist. Scooter doesn't exist. Ellie doesn't exist.
Scooter's not in it?
No.
Dude, he's like my top 3 favorite.
Yeah, Catch a Ride, dude.
Catch a Ride!
Yeah,
dude, I fucking love Scooter.
Yeah, nothing. Not barely maybe even a reference.
Oh my God. He has one of the most simultaneously emotional yet funny moments in the second movie when he dies, and he does the whole final catch a ride shit and everything, right? Dude, I remember getting actually emotional when Scooter died.
Yeah, dude, it was a whole thing.
Dude, you can't. Oh my God.
Yeah, no Ellie, no Scooter. No,
I heard Mad Moxie was just some cracked out fucking bitch. They didn't even make her a baddie, know?
Exactly.
She's supposed to be a baddie, dude.
Not huge tits.
Yeah, she's supposed to literally fuck everything for the most part.
Yeah, because that's what
great bartender and everything.
Yeah, she's like almost every male character she slept with at one point.
And females. She fucks with the ladies too, bro.
Every character she ever brings up, she's had some form of interaction with.
A relationship in some way.
But this, she's hardly in it, and they just put a corset on some girl and put lipstick on her tits.
That is okay. I am doubling down on the fact that there is some woke activist bullshit fucking happening. That was probably the writers' stuff going on in the background.
It was so weird.
There's no way it can't be any other thing.
I remember talking to my godbrother. I was like, I feel like Eli Roth watched somebody play Borderlands for 10 minutes over their shoulder and was like, all right, I got it.
Yeah,
because it doesn't. None of it's Borderlands.
It's not
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Even like I said, Mad Max, the first one, was a better representation of Borderlands than anything else. This was just some sad, weird adventure movie that has nothing. It just has little things that remind you of Borderlands, but it's not fucking Borderlands. Yeah. Marcus does a good job, but even he's barely fucking in it. He's still an arms dealer, but he doesn't have crazy weapons. There's no elemental weapons, which is also
a wasted opportunity.
Dude, they go to Caustic Caverns.
Yeah.
You couldn't have somebody have a fucking caustic weapon?
Yeah.
Or find
one there? Yeah, exactly, dude.
No fire, no cryo, no electric. Nothing. I think Tiny Tina says
acid something.
Tiny Tina says badunkadunk once.
But badunkadunk.
Yeah, and in a weird way too. She said it in a more of a sexually provocative way.
Oh,
like when she meets Lilith, she goes, "Oh, by the way, can you grab my badunkadunk?"
But
yeah, that's not how Tiny Tina would say that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But
she says badunkadunk when she's kind of praising somebody in a way, you know, that has a big ass, obviously.
Yeah,
and you got the badunkadunk on you.
Yeah, but instead badunkadunk it just refers to a stuffed animal of a pony that explodes.
No.
That's how they did that. Also, she barely blows anything up in that movie.
Yeah, she's supposed to be obsessed with explosives.
Yeah,
that's her whole shtick. I was gonna ask you earlier, no real explosive obsession to be found.
Not necessarily
at all for the most part. Or?
Not necessarily. No, I mean, besides the little opening scene, it's she's not really useful for that whatsoever. Like you'd think she'd be like constantly just hiding bombs in places.
Yeah.
Making bombs and shit like that.
Failed projects and shit.
She just plays a teenage brat that Roland's always upset with.
That's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the whole character
also
dynamic.
I'm pretty sure Roland like leaned on her a lot to like do proper like ordinance and shit.
By the time they met Krieg, Roland was dead.
Yeah.
Like Roland was long dead by the time Krieg came around.
Yeah. So. Dude,
like when Krieg becomes a character,
this hurts so much, bro.
When Krieg becomes a character, Tiny Tina misses Roland.
Yeah,
you know, what I'm
it's
saying?
a very sad moment for everybody.
Yeah,
dude.
It's not like
Lilith is upset. Everybody's down. Dude.
Instead, he's just Kevin Hart playing a dad.
Maybe that's where they got the dad bullshit from. Is Roland dying and Tiny Tina's like, because she did kind of act and say like she was like, or he was like her father.
He was like the glue.
But yeah, again, it was a commanding officer's way.
Yeah,
you know,
he
was family, but
not loving.
Right, you know, he was loving for the sake of humanity and survival.
He wasn't like overbearing, being like, "Stop doing that."
Yeah,
that's not okay.
Yeah, he would tell you what's wrong and right in a commanding officer way.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't know, bro. It just doesn't make sense to create something new when you already have a source material. I don't understand what it is with these modern publishing like because I kind of feel like it's mostly the publishers that are forcing agendas, woke fucking activist bullshit, you know? Or actors and actresses that are in the newer age shit, you know, they're pushing that bullshit too because they're all pussies and they're afraid of the loud minority and they forget that the silent majority are the ones that actually make them fucking money, dude, you know? Well, Deadpool 2 is a prime example, you know? But
well, it's also just like when you're watching it, it's not even clear who it's for.
Yeah.
Like, at least when they do that...
It's too safe, I bet.
At least
it's too safe.
Well, at least when they do the too safe, it's because they're coddling and, like, you know who that's for.
Yeah.
You know, it's for, like, the Gen Xers or whatever they want to fucking call themselves, that everything is offensive and we need to be inclusive and all that bullshit. But this is, like, I don't know who this was. It's not a fun, family-friendly movie. It's not an interesting movie. It pays no homage to the games.
Yeah.
Like, even the story, if you were to take the word Borderlands off it, is a dog shit story.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not
if you were to strip all of the theme from it, it doesn't hold up.
You have Atlas as the main bad guy, which, no.
You could have used They're supposed to be bad, but they're so far away, you know?
Like, no, man, Handsome Jack.
Yeah,
you're gonna make a Borderlands movie?
Yes, bro.
A Borderlands movie, Handsome Jack.
Oh, why didn't they do that? I didn't think about that, but of course, dude. He was simultaneously a loved villain and a hated villain. Like, you did not like him, but at the same time, his charisma was so intoxicating, you know, that you wanted to know what fucking bullshit he was going to do next.
Also,
you know?
no Hammerlock?
Yeah. Oh.
How do you miss Hammerlock?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hammerlock is an integral part of the story, all of the games.
Yeah.
You know, he's never running around with you shooting the guns and whatnot, but he's important. Hammerlock is kind of the one guiding you through Pandora.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, instead they're just using like Tannis's knowledge.
Which is not supposed to be very elaborate anyway.
No, she's just a researcher. She's not necessarily like Hammerlock's like explored all the lands and he's missing every body part replaced with robot parts for getting attacked by different animals. And shit
dude.
On Pandora.
Yeah, he's that classic he reminds me of a more what's the word? I guess complex version of Clayton from Tarzan, you know? Like, he's that era of, like, with the fancy hat and shit, you know? And, like...
Or Crocodile Dundee got fucked up a lot.
What hole, you know? Like, dude. Oh, fucking God,
to miss out on Hammerlock completely.
He's a great character, too, dude.
Oh, yeah. Like,
there's so many good options.
The choices just don't make sense to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I would love if it was, like, a Borderlands universe, right? And they were going to make a couple of them, which by now There's no way that's happening.
No.
Fuck, I'd be surprised if Borderlands 4 even gets to come out after this.
Lionsgate, whatever the fuck, you know, they 100% have lost so much money. There's no way they would approve another movie.
No,
there's no way.
And I'm sure even Gearbox is like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Should we make 4?
Yeah.
I know we're making it.
Gearbox was probably producing in the sense of like they were providing like background and like the world.
Nobody was listening.
But exactly.
Yeah,
I bet because again, there's the publishers. See, this is when I feel publishers have too much power and say in like what movies become, you know, and it ruins the original integrity. I saw a YouTube video recently of this guy kind of doing a journalist like a retrospective of the past decade of movies.
Yeah.
And Hollywood has lost their currency of sincerity, you know?
Yeah.
When movies you would watch, the story and the characters would convey something that either the audience or the crew have been through, or like they mean what they put on screen, you know, and not a facade or what they think things should be, right? Like there's a level of sincerity that old movies had that was so immersive, you know, that the modern day movies don't have because of just playing it safe, dude. You know, like characters that are twisted or not twisted, characters that are clearly broken and like whole don't have a really full arc of beginning to end. They just stay broken and they blame everything else around them, you know, like.
And that's what I was gonna say. So they made like a Borderlands universe kind of thing where multiple movies were gonna come out. I would have loved a Krieg movie.
Yeah,
I would. A story of Krieg would have been so good.
Yeah, and there's not so much source material where you know, you're not burning that if you don't follow it completely to a T because it still has yet to be made. You know?
Exactly. Like.
It
just doesn't. The pairings, the groupings, they just don't make any sense. You have two Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
Out of 6 people, 5, and then Claptrap, I guess, makes 6. But like, so like your firepower's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Krieg is a DLC character that you can play as, and a difficult one at that because he's melee. But he's not like a Mordecai, you know, or he's not like a Brick, you know, where Brick can just go out there and just start going mad hands on people.
Yeah, big shotgun or something, you know.
Yeah, or literally punching people in half and shit like that. Like, it's like you're just, it's like you're down. It's like you have 2 real characters, one of which isn't accessing their powers, and then you have a bunch of NPCs walking around with you. Which is not how you'd want to play a Borderlands game.
Not at all.
You'd be fucked if you played Borderlands like that.
You'd be bored.
Yeah.
Like the movie.
Oh, yeah. You know? And online, you'd never have anybody willing to play any of those characters.
Yeah.
And then you take away their specials, which makes them just
too normal.
Hardly surviving.
Too normal.
Yeah.
They no longer stand out amongst all these other fucking people in Pandora.
And
you know?
Pandora's huge.
Yeah.
Pandora's big as fuck. They're on foot.
How are they going to get fucking around at all, dude?
You couldn't figure out a catch-a-ride station. The cars in that game were so cool.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have been hard to make.
Yeah.
You just take a Jeep and you put a catapult with a barrel on it. They don't even got to fire the fucking barrel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just didn't do it.
Yeah. You can even fake it being fired and then cut on action and do explosion somewhere using whatever animation, CGI, whatever the fuck ever.
Yeah, they can just like Krieg, pull it, and he pulls the lever.
Yeah,
and then it cuts to an explosion.
maybe the cannon like shakes in response, right? And you put a little bit of a flare off camera to represent there was a fire happening or a shot happening, and then you cut on that action. You know, like it's not hard, dude. It's really not, dude.
It was such a waste.
Yeah.
And then like the guns, it's like you didn't even want to try like with a game that's basically their whole thing is infinite guns.
Guns and
we've
shooting.
written an algorithm that makes it to where you can have 1,000 guns and never have the same one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So cool.
And you just gave Roland a pistol.
Yeah. You gave all of them just pistols, sounds like.
Yeah. You know, and Creed's got his little hammer.
He's got a little hammer.
He's got his stick.
Okay,
but
cool.
like
he's a full. It's an axe, right? It's supposed to be a throwing axe. Thing?
Yeah, but he's not. Well, I don't even think he throws it. But he's not like super helpful.
Really?
You know, like there's fight scenes and he is out there like, you know, butchering people, but not in like a way that you would need if you were to play Borderlands. Borderlands is about hordes.
Yes.
You know, you need somebody to be able to drop heads fast.
Yeah.
And a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
he's one at a time. You know what I'm saying? Which makes him interesting. But like when all you have is 2 other people with pistols, and then a child, that seemingly doesn't feel like bombing anything. Like
when that's their whole shtick.
Yeah. It's fuck, man. Like there was one. I'll give this movie one redeeming quality out of a giant, massive pile of dog shit. somewhere right around in the middle of the movie, I fell asleep for about 20 minutes. And I slept well. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. The seats were comfy.
That's not the movie. That's the theater.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Cinemark, bro. Like, those are good chairs.
Yeah,
dude. There was a point. There was a point where like I
thought you were actually going to give like a real fucking example.
No. I laughed once. I think it's in Caustic Caverns when they're trying to.
Oh, that sucks because you're an agreeable dude. You know,
Yeah,
like I feel like there's not a whole lot to like.
No, I can get a laugh out of most things, but no, it was just so fucking bad. I mean, there's one scene I think it's when they're in their Caustic Caverns, and they're trying to like escape, and Claptrap runs into stairs, and then Creed just grabs him by the little wheel that he rolls on, and just flips him upside down, just starts running up the stairs with him.
That's adorable.
And I was like, okay, that's funny.
That's funny.
Like, that was it. That was it for me.
Yeah, you now take that and somehow carbon print that everywhere else, because that's the kind of comedy that I feel like should have been there.
Yeah, like they have a couple scenes where like Claptrap comes against the ladder, and they're like, "Oh, I can't do ladders, so I guess I can't help you." And somebody just pushes him down the hole. And it's like, okay, that's what you do with Claptrap. Cool, perfect. Yes. But even those, like, they didn't even pull off the funny. It was just like, they pushed him down the hole.
Flat, basically.
Yeah, just like, okay, he's down there now. Climb down the ladder.
Yeah,
like,
and that goes back into how we were talking about, like, with movie creating and stuff, how we were, like, pacing and how you deliver to stick the landing on a joke. It really matters how you lead up to that joke, especially in cinema,
Oh, yeah, like, I think it's the second Borderlands. I could be wrong. Could be the first. It's definitely the second, because Handsome Jack exists.
Yeah.
When you're on the final mission to go finally get his ass.
Yeah.
And Claptrap is with you, and it's epic. And you're ready to take him down, and like the music is epic, and you're coming across this giant battlefield.
Yeah,
and there's
carnage
just
everywhere,
bro. Ships with lasers, robots, everything. And Claptrap is giving you like this
huge
heroic speech.
Yeah.
And then
the doors feel good, bro.
Yeah, and then the doors slowly open and there's stairs.
Yeah, there's a huge flight of stairs. And he goes, and specifically the way he says it after the speech is what nails it. He just, stairs? No!
Yeah. Like that's Claptrap. That's that's how you approach the fact that he can't do stairs.
Yeah, I also can't imagine Jack Black hitting the right tones of Claptrap.
No.
Claptrap's supposed to be that high-pitched, obnoxious on purpose.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like 2 octaves down. That's for sure.
It doesn't feel right.
It's Jack Black's talking in a higher tone.
Why didn't they just pitch his voice up in post?
I think because they wanted him to know he was Jack Black.
Who fucking cares?
I know, right?
Who fucking cares?
Exactly.
No one cares about you, Jack Black.
Yeah.
You were cool 2 decades ago.
Yeah. And honestly, if you would have done a good job...
Dude,
if he would have done a good job and they would have voiced, like, played with his voice and shot it up to the actual right octave, then we would have been like, oh my God, that was Jack Black. He did so good.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just like, oh yeah, that's Jack Black.
I hate it.
I feel so bad.
Hate it. As a fucking director, producer, whatever you want to call it, but the many hats that I wear, I hate it when an actor and actress feels like they need to make sure that their print is on it in some way or another.
Yep.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
Is it because you want to make sure you get credit? Because now we're no longer talking about serving the story.
Yeah.
Now we're just talking about making sure you have some sort of print. You're already getting fucking paid. You're already going to be huge, bold credits either in the beginning or the end of the movie featuring Jack Black or whoever the fuck, right? Because that's the most common. Dude, like, I don't understand who gave these actors and actresses such a tall fucking pedestal to stand on when they forget that if it weren't for all the people making the movie, they wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have jobs.
Let's Google real quick. Google how much Jack Black got paid to be Claptrap. Because I'm almost wondering if Jack Black got more money to be Claptrap than they even pulled in.
Black paid for
Kung Fu Panda, probably a lot.
Kung Fu Panda. I will give Jack Black this.
I love
Kung Fu
Kung Fu
Panda's
Panda.
great. I love the first one and the second one. I haven't seen. There's a third one in there.
I think there's a fourth one.
That. Yeah, I haven't seen those ones. But 1 and 2 were great.
I saw 1, 2, and 4, and I loved all of them. I thought he's really good. He's perfect. Let's see, cast salary, $10 million.
It looks like, although Black seems to have received $10 million for his last blah blah blah. Hold on, come on.
Okay, so maybe $4 million.
Rumored to have earned 4. I hate this screenshot.
Yeah, see,
so
it's
much.
just so.
They look like a bunch of old fucks that are trying to be relevant in a modern day fucking.
Yeah, look at Tannis, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Look at Tannis. Tannis has black hair.
Krieg looks at least like how he's supposed to.
Yeah,
just
muscles in a fucking bandit mask.
It's funny. Lilith looks a lot better in this photo than she does in the rest of the fucking movie.
Yeah, and look how small Kevin Hart is right there.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
He's got this broken stare. He doesn't have a soldier stare. He doesn't have the 1,000-yard eye. I fucking don't care what we go through. We're going through it.
And that's the thing is it's funny because we were talking about putting their stamp. He did a good job at not being Kevin Hart, but he did not do a good job at being Roland. He basically played the same character from Jumanji.
I'll commend him that because
he could have just been Kevin Hart.
I'm sure it's hard to not just be Kevin Hart because
he does so well as it.
Right? Yeah, and he's. I don't consider Kevin Hart a A-list actor.
But he's
he's a very
A-list celebrity.
Yes, arguably S tier. Yeah, 100%. You know, but as an actor, a classically trained actor, he just doesn't compare to the DiCaprios, Idris Elba's.
Oh my god,
just butchered his name just now.
Yeah.
Those level of actors, and actresses. He just doesn't quite compare. And it's not his fault. I think that's the casting director's fault. For even just letting that gate open.
Let's go down.
Anyways,
I wonder if it says how much they cost.
Let's see. Cast salaries for the main actors.
So yeah,
no surprise regarding big numbers.
There we go. Kevin Hart got paid $20 million. So pretty much they barely paid off hiring him.
Yep. Yeah, making a typical range 10-15 is what he usually does. Lilith was another 10.
All right, so they've already gone over budget.
Yeah, I don't know why they cast Kate Blanchett. I'm sorry, I also know the bad casting.
Jack Black was rumored for 4, but probably got 10.
Yeah, so bro, dude,
and he only got paid $300,000 to play Bowser. He was a great Bowser. So that makes sense.
That's funny how that works out, right?
Yeah.
The ones that they don't get paid heavily for, the ones that are really good movies.
They probably had a lot more fun playing Bowser than Claptrap.
Yeah. It also kind of proves, this again could be a bias in me, and I'll call that out. But to me, that tells me that they use the budget elsewhere to make, again, a proper story.
Oh yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis, $3 million.
Yeah, $3 million is not a whole lot for that.
$1 million for Tiny Tina.
But she's a new actor, so actress. That makes
That's still
sense,
awesome for her. And it doesn't say Krieg.
Yeah.
Krieg was like some French dude. I don't even know who the fuck he was, but arguably the best in the cast. But
because he wasn't on screen as much.
He didn't have as many lines. Okay, so they paid, I would say, roughly about $40 million, a little bit more for the cast.
We can round it to a solid 50, probably.
Yeah, so $50 million, and they came back with 20.
Yikes, dude.
Dude, they barely paid off Kevin Hart at his $20 million.
Yeah. So is that just a loss then? What? See, that's the thing. I never know what happens when you get such a huge loss. What does that look like on the business side? Do you that's just a loss and that's it, or is there some way to recur the money in some way?
Well, I wonder what happens because it's Lionsgate, so they've got the money,
right?
It's a loss, but they were fine.
They have billions.
I wonder what happens to Eli Roth when you make something like this bad, right?
It tanks his fucking. Maybe not tanks, but it hurts his career.
He made good movies.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up for the folks who don't know what he's done.
Yeah,
let's pull up all of his stuff.
And like I said in the beginning, this is his first non-rated R movie. Let's see what he's made. Look at this guy. He's a good actor too.
Mouse, please.
I've seen him in other things.
He's done Hostel, which I haven't seen. I've seen The Green Inferno. That's not bad.
He was in Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds was great. Let's see.
Grindhouse.
Clown looks creepy as
He
fuck.
worked with Tarantino then quite a bit.
Let's actually go to his IMDb. Let's see here. I want to see what the things he's specifically directed in.
Yeah.
Let's see here. He's known for not fucking Borderlands. Thanksgiving, Inglourious Bastards, and Hostel.
There we go.
So
let's see. Thanksgiving, Haunted House,
Finn, which is like a
House
shark
with
movie.
On its walls.
Death Wish.
Death Wish was great.
Yeah. Knock Knock got kind of low reviews. Looks like
Green Inferno.
Green Inferno was pretty decent.
Hemlock Grove was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic. Oh, he did do a Inglourious Bastards Stoles Donation.
Oh, he did all the Hostels.
Yeah, he did all the
Hostels were fucking sick movies.
Yeah, those were classics, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever's a good one.
That's a good
And Restaurant Dog. So, like, he hasn't had, like...
He's not huge.
No, he hasn't, like, had breakout career movies.
No, but this is probably going to be the worst thing he's ever done.
Yeah, like, I would argue that if we were to, like,
Actually, scroll down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit up. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Top of the list that you're on. Borderlands, how'd they give that a 4.3? I mean, I get it's out of 10, but that should be like a 1.
That's out of IMDb, yeah. So if we click on that rating, let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Wow.
Lots of ones.
6% of people gave it a 10.
I think the people that are rating it 6 and up are in denial.
Yep. Or they're personally friends with some of these people.
Yeah, those are people that believe in a fucking activist woke agenda.
Yeah,
you know?
Type in just Borderlands. That'll tell us like the Rotten Tomatoes and all that kind of stuff.
Let's see here.
You probably got a movie too.
Borderlands movie, and let me get rid of that publisher thing. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Let me scroll on down.
Yeah, IMDb. Probably.
Well, we were just on IMDb.
Yeah, but this is for actual.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh no, that doesn't tell us the.
No, we can.
I want to see like
we can look up the Rotten Tomatoes right now. Let's see here.
Yeah. Well, because I know they debuted it with an actual 0 because it was like huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it came all the way up to a 10.
It's surprising.
10 with 145 reviews.
Still not anything.
That means 14 people liked it out of 145 critics.
In the past, decade or so, critics have been quite lenient on many movies.
Oh,
you know. I'm pretty sure IGN, which is known to let me look this up. IGN, which is known to like give nothing lower than 5 stars, I think gave them a fucking low grade. Let's see here, IGN, not Ugin, close enough. Ugin. 3 out of fucking 10, dude.
Wow, it looks like I barely got that 3 too. Oh my god, dude. Good. I'm glad because IGN's a video game company, so
yeah.
If they would have scored them big, that probably would have looked bad for them.
They probably were pissed as fuck too.
IGN's
done some stupid shit because they are also. Oh yeah, they give them a 3. Awful.
This is awful.
IGN gives out 5s, 6, and 7s like candy,
dude,
and then rarely gives out like 10s.
Borderlands is a catastrophic disappointment that plays like hacked to pieces studio
slop. Wow.
Betraying everything fans adore about Gearbox Software's franchise in a derivative, regrettable fashion.
Matt Donato, I think is your name, bro. You're a true Borderlands fan. I can fucking tell, bro. Respect to you,
That's
dude.
somebody who tried out and played the goddamn games.
Yeah, for fucking sure. And again, like IGN is also culprit to their critics and writers being obsessed with activism, with modern day activism.
Yeah.
So for this, that's really fresh for me. That IGN is actually like, this is garbage. This is garbage. Like coming from people who like literally always say, they'll never say like it's garbage. They'll say like, oh, like it needs a lot of work. It's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's unprecedented for them to do that. Dude,
oh my god, I literally only saw this in theaters for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to be genuine when I started really shitting on it.
Yeah,
I wanted it to come from a real place.
Yeah,
I didn't want to just watch a trailer and be like, "This is going to be bad." Fuck that.
Yeah,
no, I wanted to be real.
Yeah,
with how much I hated this,
folks. Also, I want to nail down that JB and I are huge Borderlands fans.
That's why this sucks.
Were kids, bro.
That's why this sucks.
Like it was like our religion for a long time.
This is like a personal slight.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about this.
Dude.
And then the second reason I watched it, $5 Tuesdays.
Of course.
It's $5 Tuesdays,
dude.
I mean, you know,
I want to go. I need to start going to see more movies in the theaters, just because there's so many good opportunities and discounts. And they're just a great experience.
If I can give you a suggestion, the Cinemark in Martinez. Fuck anybody's listening to this. The Cinemark in Martinez.
Well, they know we're in Concord. So who cares?
Nobody's ever there.
Yeah.
Nobody except for Tuesdays. Tuesdays gets pretty real. We saw Deadpool the second weekend. On a Sunday. Nobody. Like 5 people in the theater.
That's nice.
It's nice.
You know,
no, it's
so
nice.
Sad though.
No, because it's because it's an old theater.
Right.
It's old as fuck. It's not updated at all.
Okay.
You know, like the popcorn, everything. It's all old.
Even the popcorn.
Yeah. Like it's old as shit.
Expired candy and shit.
It's not like when you go to what's that one? Like an AMC or like the Rave Theater in Brentwood, where it's like, oh my god, am I in the future? No.
AMC's are really nice.
They are, but this is old as fuck.
I believe it. That makes sense.
It's so old. It still has D-Box. Remember D-Box?
Yeah, I do.
That failure? Yeah. They're still doing D-Box seats in those fucking things.
God,
seats don't even work.
Yeah.
It's just you're just sitting in an uncomfortable chair.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
god,
not right, bro.
But that's a nice place. Like if you want to just go see a movie and you don't want to deal with a lot of motherfuckers. That's a good place right there. There's a fucking.
It's that catch-22 with movie theaters too, because it's so sad that lots of theaters are just losing attendance. You know, at least around in our area, there's a theater called the Veranda that's like an IMAX huge theater, and that's been popping. But I don't think it's popping just because it's a theater, you know?
Oh, it's because of the bar.
And then it's surrounded by other things. You know, you can show up early, go to the wine bar and have a couple snacky poos and then go into your movie.
I think it's gonna close.
Veranda?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
really.
They just closed that steakhouse right there too. The problem is it's not the Veranda that's the problem. It's the parking lot.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because here's the thing: it's a shopping center.
Yeah.
With a parking lot for maybe 2 places.
Yeah.
They
should have built a parking garage.
It's got a parking lot the size of for a Target.
Yeah.
Instead, you have 30 businesses. Big ones.
Yeah.
Banana Republic.
Yeah.
The theater.
There's a bank over
Whole
there.
Foods.
Yeah.
The banks. What was it? World Market is there.
Yeah. There's Dave
Toys
Buster's.
R Us. Fucking Dave. Yeah. Just everything. It's so crammed into this tiny parking lot.
Yeah.
And then the parking lots around it actually have signs everywhere. It says no veranda parking. You are not allowed to park here and walk over to that shopping center.
Yeah.
So I think
because it's a fucking problem.
I think a lot of those businesses are destined to fail for that reason.
Yeah, it was poor planning for sure. They definitely made their money. That's for sure probably a thing, you know, but the planning and design, they should have had a fucking parking garage. Dude.
Oh, dude,
they really should have.
Especially for something like that. I took Bubbles to the Crocs store the other day. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But as we're getting into Livermore, I know you.
Shout out to Crocs sponsors.
I know you go into that area sometimes, but I don't know if you ever go east. And once you get to Dublin, and you can go east towards Livermore.
Yeah.
There's a huge AMC theater. It looks like a fucking castle, and guess what? Nothing around it.
Yeah.
Nothing around it.
I think I have been out there because that's kind of towards where
the outlets
my
are.
work is and everything.
Yeah,
too,
it's close to where the outlets are too. And it's just that's how you do a theater like that. You need it to kind of, you can have other shit around. It could be next to an outdoor mall, but it needs its own space.
Yeah.
Where this is crammed into the back corner of a just nightmare.
Yeah.
But that being aside, the second reason I watched it was the $5.
Yeah,
but there was literally a point though in the movie where I was looking towards, because there was maybe 10 of us in there. I was looking at the end of our aisle that we were sitting in, and this is the kind of place where you come in and there's only one door, so you either come in from the left and right and you go all the way to the end if you're at the end. So that being said, at the opposite end of the stairs, it's pretty fucking secluded and quiet.
Sure.
There was a point where I thought about just getting up, going all the way to the end, and just taking a nap.
Yeah.
I'm talking about full disrespect, laying on my side.
Yeah.
Just
don't give a fuck.
Don't give
more.
a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
At one point, I remember hearing the guy next to me mumble something to his wife, and she goes, "What, is he sleeping or something?" And I just started munching popcorn as fast as I could. I was like, oh, God, I gotta go.
No, I'm not sleeping. Nope, sorry.
I'm
sorry.
alive. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Your husband's a bitch. He's a liar. You shouldn't be with him.
Yeah,
also,
why are you upset? Yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
you're being entertained right now.
Well, the other thing was like the theater was so empty. Why are we shoulder to shoulder right now?
That's also weird.
That kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, but like, I mean, we're talking about this was so empty that when you looked at the ticket, you know how they make you choose your seats now?
Yeah.
Every row was just 2 seats that were taken. Every row.
Huh.
So it's like rows G through fucking M, whatever. Literally be like 2 people in the middle, next one, 2 people in the middle, next one, 2 people in the middle. And everything opened, unpurchased yet. And these people chose to sit shoulder to shoulder with people,
that's weird.
With me and my godbrother.
That's weird.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Dude,
I had his whole seat.
Why would you do that?
I had his whole seat was my desk. I had my popcorn, my phone, my drink was in his little table.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you use a movie theater like that.
Yeah.
You want, it's urinal rules.
You use space. Yes,
it's
I was just
rules.
going to say. Yeah,
Like, unless you're...
Shit, sitting rules, bro.
Yeah, unless you're a poop pushing, you don't need to do that.
That's like rules like you walk into a comedy show where it's open seating, and you walk up to the front row maybe, and there's another guy sitting, and there's 4 seats maybe. You don't sit next to him. You sit in between those extra seats, right?
Or like the middle seat on a plane.
Yeah.
When it's open seating, you don't pick a middle seat unless there's no other aisle or windows open.
That's like a social contract almost,
You always go for the empty row first. And then if you have to,
I don't know if
you invade other people's fucking space.
Right. I don't know if it's disrespectful is the right term, but there's something about it that just feels not.
It's autistic, is what it is.
It's weird.
It's fucking. You got no social cues. You don't understand how the world works. Didn't even go through your fucking brain. Whatever's in there. Jesus Christ. Also, I'm glad that I'm going to be able to tell people we did a whole hour
of just talking shit about Borderlands.
Shitting on Borderlands.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about it, and you guys should fucking listen to this show. Tell your friends, because spread the gospel of how garbage that movie is.
And it's like we were talking earlier off air about the Barbie movie, how it's so bad it was good.
Yeah.
This isn't even that.
It's just bad.
Dude, when we got into the parking lot, it was making me happy. We got into the parking lot, and the other people that were in the theater, you could hear them being like, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Like, that was so
You're
bad.
Like getting giddy and shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was. Yeah, fuck it was.
They're ready for a train wreck.
I'm so happy it was right.
Yeah, dude.
Like, there's that picture, one of the main pictures of them all looking down that tunnel, and that's like a classic picture for the movie. That's when they just kicked Claptrap down it. I posted that on Instagram the day it came out, and then just a dog emoji and a shit emoji.
Yeah.
No words.
Yeah.
Just dog shit.
Yep.
Like, that's all I needed to
I
that's all I needed
got
to
likes
say.
and everything. Too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, fuck, man. Like, just... It's not even dropping the ball. It's deflating it and then throwing it away in front of everybody.
It's being handed a complete ball in a game and going, that's great. We're going to go do something else. You know? It's just like, we'll use the skin of the ball that you gave us, but that's it.
Well, yeah, I was really feeling checkers. So
yeah.
We'll bring this with us.
Dude.
It's like
it's so disappointing.
I can't think of anything that's flopped this hard. Even, I mean, I would say being biased because I'm such a big fan of Borderlands.
Yeah.
Even the people watching it that were not a fan of Borderlands and didn't know what it was are probably gonna go, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
They get, like I said, they get into the vault. It's just like space essentially, and then they just leave.
What?
Right? Like Atlas goes in with Tiny Tina, Lilith goes in after them and goes, "Yep, this is it," and then they just out of the vault.
No fucking big boss battle
No,
thing.
the only big boss thing was
alien technology. No,
the only thing kind of close to that was that big monster you see in the preview. That was in Caustic Caverns.
Yeah.
It's not even in the vault.
Yeah, and again, it's just a regular mob monster.
Yeah. And the movie opens up with them trying to explain what iridium is.
Why does that even matter?
Yeah.
Like, why does that even...
Why?
It's just a currency.
I don't give a fuck about iridium.
Yeah.
Like, playing Borderlands, I don't care what iridium is.
Yeah.
I know I give it to that one asshole and he gives me helmets.
What you want? Behind the fucking...
It wasn't even important in the lore of Borderlands. You trade it for aesthetics. Like, there's no, like, iridium mine or the big iridium mission, where people are trying to hoard iridium. Like, never.
Yeah.
Never. It's just a weird secondary currency that sometimes happens.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like,
and a fun little character that like you never see anything other than his fucking eyes and nose. Yeah, the little slot in the door.
But instead, it's like iridium is very important.
Yeah, it really. Like, you're right. It really does feel like somebody just looked over the shoulder of somebody playing Borderlands for like 10 minutes. And like, yep, cool, got it, done.
I'm on it.
Yeah, dude,
we're here.
Well, folks, the moral of the story is ignore the fuck out of that movie and just play the actual games. Play 1 and 2 especially. 3 was pretty good, but like play 1 and 2 especially.
Yeah.
And if you want a real Borderlands experience, that's where it is.
Yeah, don't go to that movie for any experience that's honestly, if you want a Borderlands movie, just go watch that Mad Max that came out.
Yeah,
like
it's closer. It's much closer.
It's way closer, dude. It's fucking everything about it was more Borderlands than that one. The one was the prequel to Furiosa, not the old Mad Maxes with fucking what's his cocksucking face in it.
Yeah.
The one that's like more modern, but not Furiosa. That's the Borderlands movie. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Dog shit.